Seriously? No. Wow, no God.
What happened?
Oh, so much.
What happened?
Oh, calm down.
What happened? What happened? Albert, I can't believe what happened.
Okay, back up.
Oh my God!
Back up. Oh my God.
Alright, just stay back, please. Stay back.
I need you to back. Hey, I need you to get his name.
Is there somebody that can get the kids?
Nobody can take them. It's just me and Albert. We don't have any family.
Oh my God. Oh.
Welcome back to Mindset Devil. When police showed up for a welfare check in 2016, they weren't ready for what they were about to walk into. A blood-soaked scene, a broken family, and a woman standing there ready to turn herself in. This wasn't a random act of violence. This was Shannan Gilbert, the close sister of a woman who went missing back in 2010. And when her body was discovered, it was located in an area that police believe was a dumping ground for other victims, which ultimately led to the apprehension of the Gilgo Beach serial killer, Rex Heuermann. Sarra was also the daughter of a woman who had already been through more tragedy than most people can survive, and the voices in her head that she had constantly been battling with had finally won. This is one of the most disturbing stories I've ever researched so far, and even for the police officers that came there, as they had done so on many different occasions in the past, the scene of this horrendous tragedy was something that, even with all their years of experience combined, they could have never prepared for. Now, if you want the real scoop, the full story that ties everything together, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Shannan Gilbert's life had been nothing but pure chaos from day one. Born the third daughter of Mari Gilbert, Sarra grew up around addiction and mental illness. Her own father was a heroin addict who himself was battling schizophrenia. In her early stages of life, Sarra bounced between foster homes and her mother's unstable relationships. By age 14, she'd already had an abortion. By 16, she dropped out of high school and moved in with her street pharmacist boyfriend. Pregnancy came next. Sarra had her son Hayden in 2009, but the relationship turned violent. She ended up in a domestic violence shelter. It's important to understand, Sarra wasn't just struggling, she was collapsing under the weight of trauma. And then came a death, especially the way it happened. The premature and brutal death that would ultimately push her mind past the breaking point. In May 2010, Sarra's older sister, Shannan Gilbert, disappeared after meeting a client as an escort on Long Island. When police began searching, they didn't just find Shannan's body. They found 10 others, many tied to the infamous Long Island serial killer. Shannan's death was ruled an accidental drowning, but her family never believed it. They were convinced she was murdered. And Sarra? She never recovered. After Shannan's death, Sarra started seeing things, hearing things. At one point, she believed she and Shannan had written hit songs performed by Rihanna, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. She became convinced her own family members were possessed by demons, and that she was some kind of god fighting against evil. Sarra had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 12, but after Shannan's death, doctors diagnosed her with full-blown paranoid schizophrenia. Medication helped for a while, but eventually she stopped taking it. She started using marijuana and ecstasy instead, and that's when the delusions got deadly. On February 19th, 2016, Sarra drowned her son's puppy, believing it was the rapper Eminem trying to harm her. and did it right in front of her own son.
Police.
You're looking for Sarra Gilbert.
Sarah. Sarah? You open the door?
Yeah.
Sarah?
Yes.
Wow. You alright?
I'm right here. It's cold.
Let me talk to you.
You got something.
How come you're all wet?
So I just got off the bath.
Who else is in the hospital?
Nobody.
You sure?
Yeah.
You take a quick look around. Dawson will talk to you. Yeah? Did you get an argument with your family or?
Yeah.
Over what?
My sister's death.
When did your sister die?
My sister died 2010.
Okay. So that's what the argument was about?
Yeah.
You just
I
thinking about it?
I believe my mom had something to do with that.
Okay.
She was the 2010 escort services.
Did you get in a physical altercation with them or are you just yelling?
Just yelling.
You didn't push each other or?
No.
Okay. Did you harm any animals?
No.
Do you have any animals in the apartment?
No.
You never owned one?
Yeah.
When did you own an animal?
A dog.
When?
Just recently. I don't have it anymore.
Where is it?
I don't know. I ran away.
The dog ran away?
Yeah.
When?
The other day.
When's the other day? What was the date?
Probably yesterday, I think it was. Or today.
Yesterday or today?
Yeah.
It's pretty recent, so...
Yeah. I
would
just
say
got
you
out of it because, like, we went down the other day to the newspaper articles. Mike.
Yeah.
Can you come here? Can I tell you my story?
Yep.
We went down to the newspaper articles. Yeah.
So you're upset about that?
Yeah.
That's understandable. Think you need to talk to somebody about it?
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Why don't you get some shoes and socks on?
I'm gonna talk to my mom about it. She's gonna come back.
No, she's at the station, so she's waiting there for you.
No, I want her to come here.
Well, she's waiting there for
I'm
you.
not going over there.
Why?
Because I'm not going over there. I'm not even trying.
Where's the dog?
The dog?
Yeah, what happened to the dog?
The dog ran away.
That's not what I heard. So you're gonna come with us to the station and talk to your mom at the police station. Where's your shoes?
Who's that? The dog.
The dog's in the bed?
Get ran away.
No, that.
The dog looks like it's dead. So you lied to me?
Yeah, it's you.
Why did you lie to me?
Because I'm evil.
You're evil. Why are you evil? Did you say a dead moment?
You're not evil.
Dead evil moment? I don't believe that you're evil. I believe that maybe you're angry and you're scared right now because the police are here, but what happened?
You know what happened. You know what I did.
What happened to the dog?
You know what I did.
Oh, no, we did?
Yeah, what you guys did.
What did we do?
You're evil. And it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault.
I'm asking what happened to
I'm
the dog.
sorry. It wasn't your fault.
What happened to the dog?
So what happened to the dog?
I killed it.
How?
I drowned it.
Why?
Because I had to.
So is that why you're wet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Put the cigarette out, we're gonna go to the station.
Her mother, Mari, had no choice but to step in. She reported Sarra to police and gained temporary custody of Hayden. And if you ask Sarra's younger sister, Stevie, that's when the resentment began to boil. In a letter Stevie later read in court, she said, "This wasn't mental illness. This was long-term hate." Quick question for you. Do you think Sarra's breakdown excuses what happened next? Or was it something deeper than just mental illness? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious what you think. July 23rd, 2016. Sarra texted her sister, saying she was hearing voices. Then she called Mari, who rushed over immediately, as any mother would. Mari sat down on the couch next to Sarra, not knowing Sarra had hidden a kitchen knife under the pillow. Suddenly, Sarra lunged. She stabbed her mother repeatedly in the chest, then sat on top of her, continuing the brutal assault. She stabbed her with such force, the blade bent and the tip snapped off. When she was finished, she grabbed a fire extinguisher, bludgeoned Mari's face and sprayed the foam into her mouth. Mari Gilbert never stood a chance. After the murder, Sarra smoked a cigarette, listened to music, washed the blood off herself, and waited for police to show up. When they did, she calmly said, "I am under arrest."
Sarah,
Yeah, I'm under arrest.
turn around.
I
What happened?
don't know.
Sarah, stop. Come here. Come here now.
Just get water for my throat.
I don't. Just put the cigarette out. Turn around.
Alright. Can you take my family with me? I don't want them to stay like that.
Turn around.
Can I put you on?
No, turn around. Put the cigarette out. Turn around.
Put the cigarette out.
You're under arrest. You're being detained right now. You understand?
Sarah's lawyers pleaded insanity. They argued she hadn't taken her medication for 2 months before the murder. And with her history of schizophrenia, she couldn't fully understand what she was doing. But Sarah's own words on the stand didn't help her case. When asked directly about her mother's murder, she said, "My intention was to kill my mom. She's evil." The jury didn't buy the insanity defense. Sarra Gilbert was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years to life. She appealed her conviction, but in 2021 that appeal was denied. The court ruled that despite her serious mental illness, Sarra had understood enough to know what she was doing was wrong. In one heartbreaking statement after her sentencing, Sarra said, "I love my family, and I'm very sorry for what I've done." It's easy to ask, how could someone kill their own mother? But when you peel back the layers of trauma, abuse, mental illness, and grief, it becomes a lot harder to answer, especially in the case of Sarra Gilbert. Sarra was obviously going through an episode the time she took her own mother's life. Her and Mari were really close, especially when it came to trying to create more awareness of Shannan's disappearance. The mother and daughter were always together. They both worked tirelessly on keeping Shannan's name alive, and Sarra was Mari's rock. Whenever Sarra needed help, it was always her mother, Mari, that was the first one there in her corner, ready to do whatever she could to help her daughter.
I love you, Sarah. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. And I'm gonna be here for you. Even from the day. I love you. Sometimes mom's gotta do mean things to show love. And nice things to love. My God, she's not funny, but it's okay. I understand. You and my son, I love you. I love you with all my heart. And I'm always going to be there for you. Always, forever.
I am, Mom.
Okay, you know that?
I am, Mom.
You know what?
You're gonna be here forever.
Thank you so much. Remember, nothing you can ever do will ever take my mom away from you. Okay?
All right.
It was Mari and Shannan both that helped take care of Sarra's kids. And when Shannan disappeared, even though Mari has other daughters, her and Sarra seemed to be the closest at times. When Sarra was handcuffed and carted off to jail for killing her son's pit bull, before the cops put the cuffs on, one of the officers asked Sarra why she did it. To that question, her only answer was, "Because I'm evil." The officer was full of compassion and sympathetic to what was slowly happening to Sarra. I say this because his immediate answer to that was, "No, you're not evil." After that, the police took Sarra to the station for the death of the dog. And when they imprisoned her as one would expect for such a heinous act, Mari drove down immediately in an attempt to get her out. But instead, it was decided to keep Sarra for a little. When Mari went in to talk to her daughter in the station and provide comfort and support to her, the signs were all there, that Sarra was clearly not herself. She seemed afraid to lose her mom's love and apologized to Mari, but Mari let her know that she would never stop loving her, and that she would always be there for her. She also said to Sarra, "There is nothing you could ever do that would make me stop loving you. Gave her a kiss and left. Mari did that because she understood full well what her daughter was going through. And once her daughter laid eyes on her, it was as if Sarra was a little girl all over again. And she also had a special love for Sarra, because she knew Sarra needed her love unconditionally more than ever. And although people see what Sarra did to her mother as the ultimate level of evil, Sarra loved her mother like any daughter would love their mother. And when she calmed down from her episode and came back to reality, I know she had to have been devastated over being the cause of Mari's violent death. But that's my take on the subject. What do you think? Could anything have saved Sarra Gilbert before it was too late? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you appreciate deep dives like this, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Mindset Devil. And until next time, stay dangerous.
I don't do my baking and stuff. I'm gonna fix my hair. We don't have time. We're not gonna think about that right now.
You see pictures of that?
No.
I do that.
Mary, can I fix my hair?
Hold on. She's my supervisor, so she'll let me know what we can do, okay?